Welcome back to Canon for the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Yes, to you lot, it's that day, bump day. To me, it's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? It is Wednesday. It's Wednesday. But we are here. We are live and direct from somewhere across the universe. We're going to be talking very briefly about some of the transfers. That's speculation, the players. Actually, there's just like three or four players, and we're also going to talk about other bits and pieces of Arsenal news. Some crazy stuff, man, really crazy stuff. But welcome on this live show here. No doubt you probably noticed, hey, Alex, there's a bit of a difference here. What's going on here? Well, we're just trying something different. Again, inspired by DWTT, my good friend DWT. Is he a good friend? I've never met him before, but he did a live show a couple of days ago. I thought, actually, you know what? Let's kind of scale everything back here and see what can be done here. So we've scaled everything back here. You can see the live chat is actually just on there. So come into the live chat, talk, chat, tell us your thoughts about all the news, the players, the transfers, speculation news. Who is your preferred striker? Who is your player that you would like Arsenal to buy? Depending on how much money we've got. We haven't got much money. Haven't got much money. And we've also done a poll as well. There's been a poll we've done within the last, I'd say, 15 minutes. The goalkeeping position, not the number one, but the number two spot. The number two spot. So you can also talk about that and also vote. And other bits and pieces, we just see how it goes. Let's see how it goes on this Wednesday afternoon show here on Canon 4 TV. There's no intro music. There's no overlays apart from this bits and pieces over here. And let's see how we get on with this one. So first up, we've been actually talking about the new segment tells me that Mesut Ozil has unfollowed Fenerbahce as he looked set to quit football and become a gamer. I kid you not. Mesut Ozil has unfollowed Fenerbahce on social media accounts after being told that he would not play for the club under new boss Jorge Jesus. The former Arsenal playmaker has 2 years remaining on his contract at the Turkish Giants, whom he joined back in January 2020 after being ostracized by Mikel Arteta and subsequently having his contract ripped up. The new boss, Jorge Jesus, has already claimed that Ozil has had his time. He's had his time. After he endured a public falling out with the former boss, Ismail Kartal, and the predecessor, and that has led Ozil's agent, Erkut Sogat, claiming that the former German international would end his football career after his spell in Turkey and become a gamer in Turkey. I got nothing to say. We're just going to move on from that. Unless you want to come in live chat and let me know your thoughts about Mesut Ozil on the verge of actually retiring from football and becoming a gamer. Anyway, the second news segment, I kid you not. The bid for Raphinha. I don't want to break it. I want to break it to you guys very softly. Raphinha, I would like Raphinha to come to Arsenal. And I've got to say, big props to Glenn Kitely, his platform, his channel, everything Arsenal. And I was in his live chat last night on his live show, and we were talking about Raphinha. And one thing that he came up with about Raphinha is that there's over the last maybe 10 years, there have been very few players that when they are on the ball, you know something is going to happen. We could probably talk about Dennis Bergkamp, Thierry Henry, Perez, but they never played in the Emirates era. So the only player that I can think of when he was on the ball, you'd be sure something would happen, would be Alexis Sanchez. The only player. We don't have players like that. But with Raphinha, if we do get Raphinha, he would be the kind of player that he's on the ball, he excites you, and you'd be sure something is going to happen. Now you look at Granit Xhaka, something always happens. Something always happens with Granit Xhaka. So the player closest to an Alexis Sanchez, or a player that when they're on the ball, you know something was going to happen, I would probably say Bukayo Saka. There's no other player. Maybe, I don't know, Martinelli, maybe. Just 2 players. We need more players who can make things happen. rather than waiting for things to happen. So, again, kudos, much respect to Glenn Kite, who brought up that point last night. We don't have players when they're on the ball that can make things happen, or at least get the juices flowing. Raphinha is that kind of player. He is that kind of player. Dynamic, very direct. So there is another update in regards to Raphinha saga, much more like the Gabriel Jesus saga. That video will come up, I think, maybe in the next 45 minutes. Another update in regards to Raphinha. Again, Raphinha, Arsenal, and Barcelona. Now, I don't believe, I hope, touch wood, that he will go to Barcelona, because Barcelona don't have money. They're looking to sell players to raise money anyway. But I think his ideal destination would be Barcelona, not Arsenal. But that's not going to stop me from saying, actually, I would like him to play for Arsenal. Now, is the deal going to happen? You have to wait and see. I'm sorry, guys, you just have to wait and see. That's all it is. That's all it is. All right, and the next news segment is in regards to Gabriel Jesus. Is he here yet? Is Gabriel Jesus here yet? He's not here yet. Again, there's another, as day follows night, there is going to be another update in regards to Gabriel Jesus, the flavor of the month. I say that because a lot of you want Gabriel Jesus, don't you? You want Gabriel Jesus at Arsenal, don't you? I can't tell you otherwise. What's the point of me doing pre-recorded videos on speculation news, not transfer news, speculation news? And until Raphinha is seen holding up the jersey of Arsenal and sign the contract, it's speculation. Reports. It's been said, it's been reported, it's speculation. Same with Gabriel Jesus. Until we can see the player holding up the jersey, or we can see him putting down the baby, because his partner's just had a baby, put down the baby, sign a contract, it is only speculation. We can speculate, we can say, oh, you know what's going to happen. And you hear me, I'm quite cynical in my videos, my short videos. It's only speculation. Until these players have signed the contract, we've seen the photos of them holding up the jersey, it is only speculation. Do I want Raphinha to come to Arsenal? Yes, I do. Would I like Gabriel Jesus to come to Arsenal? Yes, I would. Would I love Tielemans to come to Arsenal? Of course. Of course I would. Just saying. I'm just saying. What else was there? There's another bit of news. Now, Man City apparently are targeting, I know I'm late on this one, and there's just so much to be had, and there's only so many hours in a day. And I'm not here to podcast for 24 hours of the day. I've got my life, actually. But Man City targeting Arsenal's Kieran Tierney amid a Gabriel Jesus link. Man City are reporting interest in Arsenal defender Kieran Tierney amid speculation. Mikel Arteta's side have been negotiating a transfer forward for Gabriel Jesus for some time now. Reports suggesting that a deal worth around £50 million is close. Meanwhile, City are looking to nab our left back. Why? Because Alexander, I forgot his name now. Alexander Zinchenko, that's it. Alexander with an O, because I'm called Alexander. That's my name, Alexander. But he's Alexander Zinchenko is looking to leave, exit from the Etihad. So as one player goes, another comes in, and it just happens to be that he is linked, Kieran Tierney that is, to go to Man City. Next news, and the last bit of news. This one is a bit of a weird one, man. Really, really strange. Now, there is some talk about Alexis Sanchez. I just spoke about Alexis Sanchez, the player, I guess maybe not, is he a legend? We've spoken about, the legendary status. And I think it's just been tainted by the way that he left the Emirates or Arsenal. The only player on the ball making things happen. But anyway, this new segment says that Arsenal odds on to sign back Alexis Sanchez. Now, this is coming from a Spanish, a Chilean source called La Tercera. That's the third, if you guys don't know Spanish. Primero, the first. Segundo, second. Tercero, third. Not sure why it's called that. Arsenal are one of the clubs observing Alexis Sanchez situation as he's set to leave Inter Milan. The forward was phenomenal during his stay at Emirates, yeah, but he just messed up, didn't he? But eventually left in ugly circumstances as he signed for rivals Manchester United back in January 2018. God, my goodness, time has flown. And guys, these or those have been the news segments from Canon Fodder TV's perspective. So come in a live chat. Let me know your thoughts. I'll try and answer your questions. I don't know everything, but I know something. But not a lot. Right. I think we'll probably go into the poll that we did within the last, I say, 20 minutes now, in regards to the goalkeeper situation. Now, I did see a video floating around on Twitter in regards to is it Matt Turner? He's signing shirts, and there was happened to be a lady fan with a spud top. So he is it? Oh no, I can't sign it because you're wearing. Oh God, I felt sorry for her. I did feel sorry for her, but yeah, he's one of us now, isn't he, Matt Turner? So the question is, who do you think should be the number one going forward now in the new season? So again, within the last 20 minutes, we've had 136 votes. I mean, that is in 20 minutes, 136 votes. Although no comments, but 5 likes. 46% of you believe that Bernd Leno should be the number 2 goalkeeper. And 54% of you believe it should be Matt Turner. So guys, it's still early doors. You look on the platform, see the community tab, and you see all the voting that we've done over the last 4 years now. So you can still have your vote. Even regards to, what was the previous one? The previous vote that we did on the channel, let's have a look here. Right. Yeah. Who's next? Well, not who's next. Choose only one. And the protagonists were Raphinha, Youri Tielemans, and Gabriel Jesus. And again, 1,100 votes. Again, guys, thank you for that. 70% of you chose Gabriel Jesus. Or 20% Raphinha and Youri Tielemans. Almost the forgotten man now, man. Isn't it? 10%. All the 10s there. All the 10s. All the 10s. All the 10s. Right, people. So what we're going to do now, let's go into the live chat. I'll try and answer the questions as the best way as I can. Again, I don't know everything. If I don't know the answer to the question, I will say, actually, I don't know the answer to the question. All right. But it does say that if you can subscribe, if you would like to subscribe to Canon Fodder TV, you can. We've just had a severe upturn, a nice upturn in the numbers of subscribers. And I think by the end of the transfer window, we'll probably be maybe roughly on 19,000 subscribers. And that's down to each and every one of you. So thank you so very much for that. Really do appreciate that. My brother at some point is going to be doing his own live show. I'm not sure it's going to be this week or maybe next week, but he'll be doing his own show. None of this watch along stuff, but look out for that one as well. Let's go into live chat again, guys, and let's see who has joined us on this particular Wednesday show on Canon Fodder TV. All right, this someone says, good afternoon, Alex. How are you? This someone, I am really well. I'm well because it's midweek. Yeah, you know that word midweek has like a certain meaning to me, at least, because when I was at school, midweek meant midweek football. Yeah, man, played for my school, Ivy Grove. Played the highest level I played at was county level until I messed things up. But midweek, that word midweek, it's like, oh, shivers down my spine. But I hope you're keeping well. Do you believe Jesus will be signed before the last day of the transfer window, if at all? I listen. All I can say is that I've read some news and reports from reliable sources, and they tell me something is going to happen. Something's going to happen. Now, whether it is the deal will be done finally before the January transfer window, or it might not happen, I'm probably thinking it most likely will happen. Again, I've done a video and never update in regards to Gabriel Jesus. His representatives, they're on the move. They're on the move. What I can say is, assembled, I would like Gabriel Jesus to sign for Arsenal. Would I have liked a better striker? Possibly. Possibly. Then we talk about the names. But anyway, you asked a question about Gabriel Jesus. I would like him to sign for Arsenal. Not above the odds. So if we hear the stuff about 60 million, 65 cent, then Arsenal just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Moses, where have you been, brother? It's been a long time. Wow. Moses, after Alex, I really like all Arsenal transfer targets, but my fear is Arsenal can really still longer time to complete a single deal, and that alone can expose our targets to other clubs. Yes. I was speaking to Apollo, who's from Arsenal 101. Again, another really good platform, of news live shows related to Arsenal. And he was saying the same thing a few weeks ago, that, the longer we leave it, the targets that we're hoping to go for will be nabbed by other clubs. Talking of which, Raphinha has been linked to now Chelsea, as well as Tottenham, and of course Barcelona. And again, I think his preferred destination would be Barcelona. And maybe I'm hoping Arsenal as a second choice. That's just the way it is. You can't say that Arsenal are, in the top 5 clubs in the world. No, we're not. We're going to be realistic. So the reports are saying that he wants to go for Barcelona. Barcelona, unfortunately, don't have the cash reserves. They'll have to sell the players before they can raise the finance to go to the market and buy a player like Raphinha. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. But I understand your point. The longer Arsenal leaves things, and I've got to say, actually, to their credit, I mean, you can't even compare the January transfer window to anything. If you're going to compare January transfer window to the summer transfer window, you're thinking, oh, wait, it blows away the January transfer window because we didn't buy any players. So to their credit, they've gotten off the starting blocks, relatively quick. But they just need to get the Gabriel Jesus deal done. Raphinha, Youri Tielemans, I don't think it's going to happen this transfer window. Maybe in the next transfer window, because we've bought Fabio Vieira. That's just the way it is. In regards to the players coming back from loan, your Reece Nelsons, Hector Bellerin's, Pablo Mari, Asa Knowles, those players, I think 50% of them do not want to come back to Arsenal. They don't want to come back to Arsenal. Henry, good afternoon. Alexis Sanchez coming back to Arsenal would be interesting, but it's a little too late. He did a lot for the club, and he probably regrets his decision to leave Man United. Well, Henry, didn't you not hear that when where was he? I think when he was going into Old Trafford, and he was walking with his agent, he said to his agent that he had made a mistake, and he wanted to rip up the contract. He realized then, before the first match that he's going to play for Man United, that he had made a mistake, a massive mistake. Sometimes the grass is not always greener on the other side. It's not always green on the other side. And I remember, a couple of interviews that he did when he spoke about what he's done back in his home country of Chile, developing football pitches, giving away football boots, equipment for young boys, kids to play football in Chile. And he was doing that when he was playing for Arsenal. So when is enough enough? When is enough enough? Did he really need to leave Arsenal to play for Man United? No, he didn't. He was idolized by Arsenal fans, not so much by Hector Bellerin. Because remember, he went to grass like the Sanchez to Arsene Wenger. Said, you know what? He's Arsene. Wait, manager, gaffer. Do you not know what Alexis Sanchez is doing? Do you not know what he's doing? Well, I'll tell you what he's doing. What a grass. We need winners. Alexis Sanchez, I get it. I understand that he was a dividing force amongst the players, but a winner. How many players can you watch and look at the squad and say, he's a winner? He's a winner. When he's on the ball, he makes things happen. Only 2 players, Martinelli and Saka. Only 2 players. But I'll ask the question, would you like Alexis Sanchez back? And I know we've asked this question so many times over the last 4 years. Would you take back an Alexis Sanchez? Actually, Alex, you need to ask that question. For me, it's a no. It's a no. Yeah. I mean, he's past his prime. Nah, not for me. Alexis Sanchez back? No. Sorry. There might be a lineup, a launch celebrating Jesus as the main man, like Aubameyang. Do you know what? I would forego all the fanfare, all the build-up. Because remember, like you said with Aubameyang, you know, is he going to sign? Is he going to sign the thing? I would forego all that. Just a guy to come in through the back door, does the interviews, he goes back on holiday. Forget all the fanfare, man. Just get the business done. Get it done. Anyway. We are here, people, on this Wednesday. For a lot of you guys, it's bump day. For me, it's Wednesday. We're just talking about certain targets, you know, Raphinha deal, the Youri Tielemans, and of course, the flavor of the month, Gabriel Jesus. We could probably talk about who's the most likeliest. Actually, the least likely, I would say Youri Tielemans, just because we spent 35 million pounds on Fabio Vieira. Vieira, who? Fabio. So it's not going to happen, I think. It won't happen, at least in this transfer window, maybe in the next transfer window. My ideal midfield pairing would have been, in a double pivot, would have been Youri Tielemans with Ruben Neves. That would have been my preferred midfield. But, you know, you pay your money, you take your pick. We also spoke about Raphinha again. Touch and go. I think there are legs on this still here. However, his preferred destination is not Arsenal. His preferred destination is Barcelona. The caveat is Barcelona just don't have the money. They don't have the finance. In order for them to raise the finance, robbing the bank, they would have to sell some players in order to finance the purchase of Raphinha. So you talk about, okay, his preferred destination is Barcelona. Then Alex, what's his second preferred destination? It's still not Arsenal. He'll prefer to go to Chelsea. Chelsea have the coffers. They have the money. So then, Alex, where is Arsenal? Well, you know, in the order of play, I couldn't tell you. It's like we're going for a player, much like was it Vlahovic? I can't remember. Was it Vlahovic? No, it was I forget his name. He's an Italian international who ended up going to Juventus. We were going after him, and the guy didn't want to come to Arsenal. I can't remember his name now. His name has just gone out of my head. The midfielder. And it seems like the same thing. Raphinha has said that his preferred destination is Barcelona. If not, then Chelsea. Then why are we going after this player? Don't get me wrong, I want Raphinha. But if he's saying to you, no, I don't want to come to Arsenal, I want to go to Barcelona. If Barcelona doesn't happen, then agent, make Chelsea work for me. Then why are we going after the player? I don't really get it. I don't understand it. I'm just trying to remember the Italian player's name. I can't remember his name. I did how many videos on him? My goodness. I can't remember his name. All right, I've got his name here. Oh, and I've got right. I can't see his name here, but anyway, Manuel Locatelli. That was the player that we were trying to buy, not in January transfer window, last summer. And the guy said, actually, no, I don't want to come. I don't want to come to Arsenal. But yet we were trying to go and buy him. So again, I'm asking a question. If the player has told his agent, look, I'm not interested in coming to Arsenal. My preferred destination is that club or this club. If that can't happen, can you make sure the second option is this club? And we are still, I think we're in that vein of thought with Raphinha. Barcelona doesn't happen. Chelsea. Manuel Locatelli. Yes. Okay. Let's have a look here. Where was I? I lost my point of reference. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Lynn, sweetheart. Hope you're keeping well. I think that if we could get Zinchenko in, I would be as happy with him coming in. Yeah, because he, as well as playing as a left back, left back or wing back, he can also play across the midfield. So versatile. Doesn't, from what I can remember, doesn't get injured too much. But that would be a good shout. Lynn, that would be a really good shout. But I get it. We're going after reporters Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus, and Man City want their pound of flesh. They want to go for Kieran Tierney. How would you lot feel about that? Actually, we're not going to answer that. We'll answer that question. Emmanuel Locatelli. Yeah, we were going after him like this time last year. He said, actually, I don't want to go to Arsenal. I'm linked to Arsenal. I don't want to go to Arsenal. Then why were we going after him for the majority of the season? And we end up spending £150 million, not on players who are going to be a sure starter, because the players that we got, they weren't supposed to start. They were supposed to be for the future. So, Tommy Ashu, he's done really, really well, but got a double calf injury, out for the second half of the season, played, I think, the last 2 games. He wasn't supposed to be starting as much. Yeah, and then we've got the goalkeeper. Again, it's been a revelation. Ben White was supposed to start at £15 million. You're spending £15 million on a CB. You make sure that he's starting. But then you could talk about the old debate about William Saliba. Yeah, and then we go into Albert Samuel Lokonga. Those players weren't supposed to be starting. They weren't supposed to be playing the amount of games that they played last season. So the point I'm trying to make is £150 million. We're spending the majority on players for the future. We're going after a midfielder in Manuel Locatelli, who did not want to come to Arsenal. He didn't want to come to Arsenal. So if you just join us now, we're just talking about the main targets in this January transfer window. I'd call them like the flavour of the month. It's still, for me, it's speculation. Until we see the player holding up the jersey, until we see the player, much like Fabio Vieira, sign a contract, it is, until this point, only speculation. It's only speculation. You could talk about, but the reports say it's only a report. Yeah, but Alex, this person said, yeah, but it's the person's opinion. Yeah, but Alex, what about the agent? Well, it's only the agent. What matters is when the player has signed the contract. That's what matters, surely. Yeah, Alex, as I said before, sometimes go out in the bush to get food for my family. I will really like to see Jesus and Raphinha out. Oh, yeah, so would I. We know the numbers are very, very thin on the ground. The squad numbers, which makes us so angry that we didn't go into the January transfer window and buy players to beef up the squad at least. But I've got to say to Arsenal's credit, even I never heard of Fabio, Vieira before. Fabio who? But listen, the stats tells me that he's a fairly good player. But to their credit, they've done business fairly quickly. Let's see if they can get the Jesus over the line, Raphinha over the line. Youri Tielemans possibly is not going to happen. So you guys got to be a little more patient for that. And let's just see. Edu and them lot might surprise us again, but I wouldn't hold out on that. I wouldn't hold out on it. Arsenal, Alex, afternoon. I hope you're well. Yes, Alex, I hope you're well. Tony, good afternoon. Says Jesus could well be a good signing, but do any of these potential signings fill you with joy? Joy, what a word. Joy. Goodness. I think the Youri Tielemans would fill me with joy. Because we've known for the longest time in the midfield, and I'm going to be super critical with Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey has been more miss than hit. You could talk about his injuries, but when he has played, the time he has played, I've not been impressed. Which is why, again, I was crying out for Arsenal to buy a midfielder or midfielders, a striker or strikers in a January transfer window, which they never did. But a Youri Tielemans would fill me with a lot of joy. And if they were in the market and brought, Ruben Nunes, I'll be overjoyed. I'll be overjoyed. But Youri Tielemans deal possibly might not happen. And that's my frustration. We've got a midfielder, but what about was Youri Tielemans like a smokescreen for the Fabio, Vieira deal? Yeah, it was. It was. Underwhelming to say the least. Watching the last season defense should be a priority. But then, Tony, what about the attack? You let go. I'm not here to debate whether or not Aubameyang was a top striker. He was. You let him go, and you let Lacazette go. Why didn't you not go into the market in January to replace strikers? He didn't do it. And this is why we're in this position now. We're thinking, minimum, we need 6 replacements, 6 new signings. I can't see Arsenal getting 6 players in this summer window. It's not going to happen. It won't happen. So for me, the priority is the attack and the midfield. I mean, defense is going to be okay. Defense will be okay, because if we're thinking about a backup for Kieran Tierney, you could shovel over Gabriel, the player's left back. And then you've got William Saliba. Yeah. And then you've got I forgot his name now, Holding. And on the right, you've got Tomiyasu, and you've got Cedric Suarez. So the midfield for me is more or less sorted. It's just the midfield, a deep line defensive midfielder, maybe a playmaker. We've got Vieira now, and 2 strikers. Lynn says, but how true do you think it is about Chelsea? Do you remember he has the World Cup to focus on? And at Arsenal, there are more Brazilians than... Yeah, but the thing is, what I'm looking at now, Lynn, is now the Portuguese / Brazilian connection. That's what I'm seeing with Edu. If he knows his stuff, if he's able to find a diamond in the rough like he did with Martinelli, then so be it. Then so be it. Which makes me believe that it might happen. Will it happen is a different discussion. It might happen because of the Brazilian connection. And could you imagine a Martinelli, a Raphinha, Portuguese connection there with Vieira, and then you've got Saka. Could you imagine the rotation there? And then you've got top line, remember it was like lone striker or whatever it is, Gabriel Jesus, the Brazilian connection. Could you imagine that? Which leads me to believe that it probably will happen. It probably will happen, if I'll answer that question. How do you see swap Zinchenko and Tierney? I don't see it as a swap deal. And I don't actually believe it. That's the thing. I don't believe Tierney will be going to Man City. I don't believe it. Do I believe Arsenal was inquiring about Zinchenko? Yes, I do. But I don't see any swap deal to be had there. I just don't see it. I don't see it. But in a high-sided Locatelli would have been better at Arsenal because he spends a lot of time on the bench as brought in Vlahovic. Yeah, he would have been, but it's just like I said, Lynn. The player said on numerous occasions that he didn't want to come to Arsenal. And we were like chasing after him, like, I want to go after that girl. And the girl saying to you, actually, I'm not interested. Yet the man or the boy is still chasing after the girl. Sorry, mate, the girl's already told you that she's not interested, so stop chasing after her. Like Vlahovic. were chasing after him, and he was not interested in coming to sign for Arsenal. And I do rate Locatelli. The guy is so cool, calm, and collective on the ball. Cool, calm, and collective on the ball. You know, can't ruffle his feathers, man. Tony says, I totally agree with you about Partey. Now, certain people were cynical about Thomas Partey. Oh, you know what? He only came to Arsenal for the money. Okay, but he's still got to perform. Doesn't matter how much we're paying Thomas Partey, he's still got to perform. And for me, I felt so underwhelmed with Thomas Partey. Yeah, sure, he's shown glimpses of quality, but I've not seen enough. And you remember how we went about it? We triggered his release clause on the dying hours before the transfer window closed to just nab him from, Atletico Madrid. The way we went about it, and the guy, injury like nobody I've never seen before. When he was playing for Atletico Madrid, and the guy cannot give us constant high-level performances. So it could be that the Premier League is just too much for him. It's too much of a stretch. And you're spot on about letting your attackers leave without replacing them was mad. Absolutely. I just couldn't understand it. You're like, you let a piece go, replace the piece. You let the pieces go, replace the pieces. Replace them. Utabiguna, welcome back, my mates. Giza, waste of time in transfer market and waste of time in games parking the bus. Dearie me. Parking the bus. Is that what we're doing? Parking the bus. Well, hopefully in the new season, we won't be having to use those words. Oh, Arteta's parking the bus. Don't park the bus, man. Don't park the bus. Doesn't work for Arsenal, man. That's not the way Arsenal plays. Free-flowing football. But I've said, literally, given a choice, would you prefer Arsenal win the game playing horribly or playing pretty football and losing? I'll take the first option all day long. You remember, George Graham? 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0 to the... It wasn't so much pretty football under George Graham, but the team was functional and they got the business done. To a man, they would fight. Different times, isn't it? Different times. Let's have a look here. I just want to close this down very quickly and look, who do we have? Anything from anybody in Twitter land, Twitter sphere land? No, there isn't. Let's refresh the page in regards to the latest poll. The latest poll that we've done was in regards to the goalkeeping situation. The goalkeeping situation now. Yes. Who's going to be the number 2? And football, man. Footballers. Got to be very careful. Because I'm going to talk about Bernd Leno. When Martinez left, he actually said, well, I'm number 1. I will be number 1, and I've always been number 1. And where is he now? Quickly become number 2. So you've got to be a little bit more humble, because in football, man, things can change so very quick. So we asked the question, the number 2, because Matt Turner, again, I saw the video of him signing shirts, and like this lady, I could see she was coming across the top wearing the Spuds top. So he took the jersey, said, oh no, I can't sign it because you're wearing the Spuds top. And I felt sorry for the woman. Matt Turner is one of us. He is one of us. So we asked the question, who should be the number 2 now? Who should be the number 2? Is it Matt Turner or Bernd Leno? And oops, I haven't refreshed the page. Begging your pardon. Sorry about that. Those of you who are just tuning in now, we're just talking about, again, the flavor of the month players that we are linked with. I know we're linked with over 100 players. That's putting it quite lightly on the numbers. But the flavor of the month in this speculation window has been your Raphinhas, Sinchenkos, Youri Tielemans. What was I going to think there? Your Jesus's, Osimhen's, You know, Schemakas. I've done all the videos, almost all the videos, and there's still a few more to be done. But in regards to the goalkeeper situation, we've had 201 votes now. Who should be the number 2? 45% of you say it should be Bert Leno. And 55% you say it should be Matt Turner. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. All right, it's kind of getting the impression that we're probably going to be coming to an end on this show here. I actually was thinking it's probably going to be, you know, a short one. We've been going for like 40 minutes. I'm thinking, I'm just seeing like we've got 120 live viewers now, guys. Thank you for that. I guess I understand it. You know, transfer window, speculation window. A lot of you are quite hungry for information, the latest and breaking news here. The news, we've got the third signing. Yeah, you probably see by the thumbnail. Fabio Vieira. Fabio who? The third signing. Yeah, you know, Marquinhos. Yeah, and the other player. Name escapes me. But yeah, we're going to be talking about, we've just been speaking about that actually. Come into the live chat. Let me know your thoughts about the players or the player that you think Arsenal should be going for, and the player or the players you think Arsenal need to sell. Because it's not all about buying. We've still got to get rid of our players. And remember, there are players out on loan still. Well, Pablo Mari doesn't want to come back from Udinese. He's made it very plainly clear he doesn't want to come back. And he also said, you know, Arteta is the best manager I've played under. I said, Pablo Mari, you haven't played much football. You're saying Mick Arteta is the best manager that you've played under? You've not played much football, geezer. Yeah? And also, another player doesn't want to come back. Hector Bellerin, Robertis, he does not want to come back. He's willing to forfeit the remaining part of his salary to stay where he is. Can you imagine that? Another player. We also spoke about, apparently Arsenal are odds on to sign Alexis Sanchez. Alexis Sanchez. I can't believe it. Actually, I can believe it because it's football, isn't it? Did wonders for Arsenal. Wonders. The player, when he was on the ball, you knew things were going to happen. We don't have a player like that. But if we were to buy Raphinha is that kind of player, as well as, I'll say maybe Martinelli as well. Players that can make things happen. We also spoke about Mesut Ozil as well, who's, I think, probably this season is going to be his last. He's going to retire, and he's going to become a gamer. I kid you not. Yeah, his agent said that, you know what, he's Fenerbahce, he's unfollowed that club, and he's looking to retire and become an online gamer. What's going on, man? What's going on? All right. I think we'll go through this last comments here, and then we're done. It's supposedly short show. Is this guy talking about Spurs? Which guy? Which guy are you talking about, Lynn? We parked the bus and transfer then in games. I think this guy is talking about more about Spurs and Arsenal parking the bus. Well, and Man United, didn't it? Remember when Maureen was playing? He was managing Man United. He used to park the bus, didn't he? Like nobody's business. Grizzly says, what do you think about Tony and Mitrovic as a striker options? Both recent signings are 2 top goal scorers from the Championship last 2 seasons, and both proven. Grizzly, 420, welcome. I'd let you to a little secret. Fulham are my second favourite club. And Mitrovic made me so angry the last time they were in the Premier League. He couldn't score a goal for Squat Diddley. They got relegated, and he breaks the record, innit? 40-odd goals in one season, Mitrovic. Now they're back in the Premier League. They cannot rely only on Mitrovic. They need a supporting cast. But in regards to him coming to Arsenal, not for me. Now, Ivan Toney, Mr. IT, I would love him to be a striker for Arsenal. I've said it last season, actually. Mr. IT, Ivan Toney, boy, I can't remember who he was playing against. And the winger had to work very hard to get past the fullback. The guy crossed the ball. And the movement of Ivan Toney just ahead of the ball in the goal, I thought, that movement there and the goal showed Ivan Toney's quality. So I would love Ivan Toney Arsenal. And actually, imagine that. Ivan Toney, Gabriel Jesus, Martinelli, Saka, Raphinha. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I do rate Ivan Toney. Mitrovic, not so much. Fulham, they need to go into the market, man, and support Mitrovic. Yeah, Premier League proven. He's played in the Premier League, but couldn't score. I don't think he scored more than 10 goals the last time they were in the Premier League. And actually, the whole team struggled as well. Tendai Soko says, are we linked to Alexis Sanchez? Yes, we are. I've got no reason. No idea why. Just because he's about to leave Inter. Oh, yeah, right. He's linked to Arsenal. No. I wouldn't take him back at Arsenal. I wouldn't. No. He's past his peak. Oops. I think these are players that we need to get rid of. Can wait till the end of the window. Yeah. Absolutely. There's no rush, I think. Sorry, bless up for that. No worries, Grizzly man. No worries about that, man. All respect. Who signs now? Blesso says. We just have to wait and see. It is, until this point, only speculation. Until we see, like we did with the final announcement of Fabio, Vieira. Fabio who? He's holding up the jersey and signing a contract. Until we see the players like that, in that pose there, it is all speculation. It's all speculation. But yeah, I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Your guess. I mean, I don't know. Edwin might surprise us again with a left field sign that we've never heard of. Never heard of him, but he's signed for Arsenal, and it might be Brazilian. Could it be Raphinha? Maybe. Guys, I believe we have finished on this Hump Day live show here on Canon 40 TV. I hope you enjoyed it. We went on longer actually than I actually wanted to. I mean, like 2 minutes short of 50 minutes. We're in the second half now. I'm about to be subbed off. I'm feeling tired. But guys, thank you for that. Join me on Friday when I be coming live again. Give me some more live news. We've scaled back the live shows now. We don't do the Canon Project on a Monday. We don't do the Easy Talk on a Friday because we are in off season. We are now in speculation window season, which means each and every day is minimum 5 videos, pre-recorded videos, talking about a particular player or a specific player or a group of players. Anyway. I think, was there been one more comment? I think there was one more comment. There wasn't there. Oh, the breaking news, Sherry, is that it says there. It says on the thumbnail that Fabio Vieira has formally been announced, rolled out as the 3rd signing now by Arsenal. Can Arsenal get any more signings done? We'll have to wait and see. People, again, I hope you enjoyed the show here. Like it says, it does say to subscribe somewhere down here. Subscribe. I don't know. Somewhere down here, it says to subscribe to Canon 40 TV. You don't have to, but we would love you to. Those of you who have subscribed over the last 2 weeks, over 500 new subscribers over the last 2 weeks. Are you guys insane in the membrane? Insane in the brain? No, we do really appreciate that. Look out for my brother who's going to do a live show over the next few days. I won't be on the show, but I'll be viewing his live show there. And that is it. So next time you see me live will be on Friday. There's a whole plethora of live videos coming up after me. I think there's one that's just gone live like 25 minutes ago, so look out for that. I think it's a Youri Tielemans update. I want Youri Tielemans, man. Got to sign Youri Tielemans. I'm out of here. Enjoy yourselves, and I shall see you soon. Oops, what's happened here? It's gone. Oh, yeah, sorry, that's gone. It's gone. And it's over until Friday. It's over. Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.